Hey y'all, we're back at the table. New episode, new conversation, same good vibes. Let's get to it. So I am here today with my friend Michael Brooks from Middle Tennessee Construction. But that's not really where we started.
No,
is it?
It's not.
Is it? You want to tell the people how we met?
Yeah. Shout out to my ace. Shout out to Shauna.
Yeah.
You know, we had nothing to do. There was a jazz fest going on down at which park was that?
That was Piedmont.
Piedmont Park, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it just starts pouring down rain
Bro.
out of the blue. Out of the blue. I'm talking about like heavy pour. Like we out in Thailand somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
Have you ever been in a space like that? Have you ever been in torrential rain like that?
It's been a long time. Maybe like as a kid.
As a kid.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when we would get them heavy rains you trying to get home from, but you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. And you almost died too.
Yo.
I was telling our friend about that, his cousin. I was like, he almost died that night because you like came out the Jeep and there was a car coming. And she had your back.
Had to have the instinct. Yeah.
That's a real one.
That was a real one. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on.
It was.
The rain, it was dark. And the rain was going so crazy. It was coming from downhill too as everyone's walking uphill to get to their cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, when we look back at Piedmont, it was just...
But we thugged it out. We had the cooler. Like, hey, listen, ain't nothing like some beautiful women that are willing to like get the mission done. You know, I appreciated being amongst that and, coursing us all through that. But yeah, having y'all for sure.
Yeah, it was nice having you there too because we had all that shit we needed to carry back to the car. If we didn't have you, we were doomed.
Some things were going to be left till tomorrow, man.
Yeah. No, it was like...
y'all was going to get it done regardless.
If you look back, it looked like the Titanic.
No, for real.
Because it was
not
completely
exaggerating.
flooded.
No, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the date of that on Piedmont, but hey, yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was tsunami in Atlanta.
Yeah. But you know what? I talk about that day all the time. Like, that was probably the highlight of my summer.
Yeah, no, it was definitely like the energy of it all was just, and how we even
It was
coursed through
exhilarating.
it was.
Yeah.
And, we had a good time prior to that for the time we were at.
Yeah, we were kicking it.
Yeah.
I was on the phone handling business with my family, but for the most part...
Y'all had the snacks, y'all had the blanket. It was real nice and comfortable, you know what I mean? Listen, if you haven't been to something like that with some ladies that know how to do it right, I suggest it 10 out of 10.
That's real. You definitely got to come to Atlanta's Jazz Fest. That was my first time. But I just wanted to say I really appreciate you coming all the way out here. Like, you didn't have to make the time.
Pleasure.
But the reason that I was like, I need to talk to Mike is because our conversations have like significantly changed the way I think about my business and how I go about business. Because I'm very corporately focused.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And we are always working towards a really lofty objective. It's really hard for me to take small bites. Like, the most impactful thing that you've said to me is just like, take smaller bites, And I ended up reading a book about it too. Like,
that's dope. That's dope.
Which leads me to my word of the day.
Okay.
So it was going to be discipline. It was going to be discipline.
Okay. We went a little deeper.
Yeah, because I looked up the definition of discipline. What do you think it is?
The definition of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
They would say something in a sense of it's an agreement to yourself or to something to get it done. But that's
more positive than the definition actually is. Yeah. It almost makes me want to like scrape the word discipline off the wall in my garage.
I like. So what did they say?
It says,
Mr. Webster.
The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience.
It's a system word. It's a systematic word.
It is. And I was like, we're pretty conditioned to say, like, I'm disciplined. Right?
I'm disciplined.
Right? But that's not That's not what actually gets people to their goals.
Facts.
What do you think actually gets people to their goals?
So discipline, even just the condition, perspective of it, you can be disciplined to keeping anything going in a routine, right? But that doesn't mean that it's going to yield something amazing, So what I would say really gets people like to their goals, it's a vision. It's a love for that vision that you merge with. And it's deeper than a passion. It becomes like your MO. It's like you sleep about it, you wake up about it, like it really like invigorates you, and it's like when they say, find something you love, you'll never work. Even in your frustrated times, because it's gonna challenge you. Like nothing's just gonna be whoo, sigh, it's not, especially when it's something that can be rewarding.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot from you as well. So, I would just say it's like you really have to lock in that vision and have like a real like intention about it. It has to become a lifestyle.
And that's actually why I changed the word to consistency.
There you go.
Because it didn't feel like it's not a code that I'm locking it to.
No.
It's choosing the path and behaving the same way over and over again and taking those small bites.
And that's really like, if I was to say what discipline, like if I was to think about, it's that. But it's really just being consistent.
Yeah.
Figuring out, you know what, I'm here. I actually want to make it to that side. Like, what do I need to do? Oh, man. All right, well, I'm going to lay a brick a day. Eventually, I got a whole walkway.
Yeah.
I can walk across easier now because I've laid a brick a day.
Yeah.
And, laying it perfectly as best as I can. That one brick. Not being like, you know what, let me lay 2 at a time, 3 at a time. I'm going to make it happen in one day.
Yeah. No, that's another thing that kind of stuck out to me about your approach. You are so consistent.
I try.
Like every day I get on Instagram, I see you out in the field talking to your people. The message is clear. The values are clear. And it's the same. And you can kind of see you building in a way that I'm like, okay, this is actually what people should be running after. Not discipline, because you could have the discipline in the wrong efforts.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And like watching you has definitely like inspired me to figure out like, what do I want to be consistent in?
That's love.
Like, where am I seeing the most fruit?
Hello?
Yeah.
And
what does it mean to be consistent, to yield more fruit, right? And that's why food is so important to me. Because
speaking of this meal, y'all, I'm going to let her give you the details of this meal. But when I say this lady, man, listen, anything she tell you about food or present to you, try it, please.
Look, I ain't going to lie, I threw down in that bit. Okay. So tonight we had some garlic knots. All right. It was like 4 ingredients. And we had a copycat recipe of the Olive Garden Zuppa sausage soup, right?
But oh my goodness.
But our guest doesn't do pork. So I was like, you know what? Let's see what this chicken sausage combination can do for us. The recipe for tonight's meal will be in the notes.
Please. So, do yourself that one.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 recommend.
And it was only a 5-minute Instapot meal.
10 out of 10 recommend. You hear me?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into it. So, talk to me.
Sure.
How did you, tell me what you do.
Okay.
How you got started.
So, I'm in the remodeling and construction business, right? That's my niche within that. I got started, I was working at a Toyota dealership, and a buddy of mine, he was running late for an appointment. So he calls me, he's like, hey man, I got a client coming. He really only speaks Spanish, but him and his wife speak a little bit of English anyways. I know you can get it done, Can you help me? I'm at the house, it's a Sunday. I'm like, man, yeah, I got you, bro. that's my boy, so I'm like, yeah, I got you. So I come, my client, I end up getting the car situated, the paperwork. Nonetheless, we sitting there talking, and one thing or another, we doing the credit app, and he let me know what he did for his company and, his salary, and at the same time that he put on his credit app. So I'm putting it, get everything situated. And later I'm like, what do you do? And he was like, I own a tree service, and, we cut trees. I was like, dang, I always wanted to get into construction, in some way. He was like, then do it. I was like, huh?
People be so nonchalant. Just do it.
No, for real.
Y'all, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is, right? But he literally, like, just the energy and how he said it, it wasn't just like he just flinged it out. I was like, just do it. He was like, then do it.
Mm.
And it like just...
You had some bravado in there.
Yeah. So it like sounded, and I'm like, what you mean? I mean, like, I don't really know. He was like, man, look out this window. And the dealership had these big, beautiful windows looking towards the interstate and stuff. He said, you see all those cars? He said, a lot of people got houses. Somebody got to service them houses. I said, yeah, I don't really want to get into all that though. Like I was thinking about the liability, man. What if I don't know nothing about construction?
Right.
Plumbing, I knew nothing at the time, right?
When was this?
This was, what was this? 2022 May? Like this was like, well, I met him in December of 2022, and then I think this was 2023. What's this, 2025?
Yeah, we're in 25.
So I had the company going on like 3 years, but like really putting my foot in the ground and rolling, it's been like 2.5, like consistent,
Wow.
So.
And you always got projects lined up.
God is
but
great.
But let me back out of that. Let me let you finish your story.
So yeah, he's like, man, just do it. So then I'm sitting there, I let some time go by. I'm like, man, what do you mean? Like, how can I just do it? In my head, I'm like, man, I'm ready to get out of the cars. I'm doing my thing in cars, right? Like, I'm referred. Like, I'm highly referred. But at the same time, it was just like, I was tired of dealing with them and tired of dealing with, it's like, I just want to flow and do something that I know I can grow in. I know I don't want to be in this business long term like that. I know it inside and out. Yes, I know how to service in that business and purchase and all of that. And we'll get back into that maybe in another leg someday. I have a dealership or something, maybe in my own way. But the way that they were running their show just wasn't, it was conflicting with me and my views and like how I was moving and the value I brought. So I just wanted something else. So I was willing to, like, I'm a risk taker. Like, that hypes me, So,
When your birthday?
October 2nd.
Oh, yeah, you did just have a birthday. What are you?
What they call it, a Libra.
We're going to do our research, friends.
We're going to do our research. I'm not too big on the astrology world, so y'all let me know. Y'all get back to me. But yeah, other than that, man, I just looked at him and I was like, after about 20 minutes, I said, man, you'll be my first crew? And he looked and he was like, yeah. I said, all right, I'll find us some tree jobs. He said, look, you find us some tree jobs, I'm going to make sure we both win. I said, all right. I said, because I don't know nothing about it, but I know I can find us some jobs. He said, look, I own all my trucks. We ain't got to worry about nothing. I got all the insurance and the licenses we need. So from there, I'm like, dang, liability threat just went down.
It's gone.
It's gone. I'm like, oh, man, I got to come up with something.
And he just seemed just instantly invested in you.
Yeah. Now, that's still my brother to this day. Shout out Raymundo. Like, I literally eat at that table. And we go to the birthday parties. I've been to the quinceañeras. Like, we really in the culture, but that's like really my brother. And like right now we both so busy that it's like, he looks at me and he like, man, you remember, he reminds me constantly, but I tell him too, like how grateful I am. You know what I'm saying? It's like we was grateful for each other. And he's like, man, you really did it. Like, you remember we was sitting at that dealership?
Wow.
And, it was just like...
Do you know how much you've impacted his business?
Well, I think we impacted each other.
Yeah.
Because it was just an energy transfer of everything. And then he just started going crazy himself because his quality of work, our ethics, our integrity into our work was like the same. Man, it was God sent. You know what I mean? Like every time I think about how everything is laid out to like today, I'm like, man, it's like I didn't have a idea of having a construction company.
Mhm.
Like that sounded like way far fetched. Like I knew nothing about construction. You know what I mean? Like literally, for
Mhm.
real. But I knew people.
Yeah.
I knew how
Yeah, you
valuable
were a salesman.
relationships.
Mhm.
Well, you know, in the salesman word, that too has always like been
Has it
like,
rubbed you the wrong way?
yeah, because it's like I didn't never look to sell nobody anything.
Well, think about it this way. Because I was in sales for a long time. I started out in customer service,
Okay.
but I was just listening to people and
And you present.
what they need.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's presenting. I was a great presenter
Mhm.
and a listener,
Mhm.
which ended up transacting in sales.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
But I'm not a salesman. I was presenting, I was listening, I was
Yeah.
courting.
I think
You have to court a client. So yes, that is the process of sales
Yeah.
and making someone not have what they say, buyer's remorse and
Yeah.
things like that. So that you hear them out and respond with something
that they
accordingly.
actually need. And then
That's how you build referral base. Because when someone's like days pass and they're like, oh man, I'm so happy with this. And it's like they think back to you because you're attached to that transaction. So
Yeah.
when somebody like brags on it or asks them who and woo, they gonna say you.
They sound like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you want them to sound.
Okay.
Yeah. You want your
Okay.
clients to be happy
Yeah.
ambassadors for you.
Yeah.
You know, so the work needs to speak for itself. The service needs to speak for itself.
And that's not the case these days, especially in the building industry. Everybody is so
Get to the end.
yeah, let's make it the cheapest we can make it.
And
let's
sell it for as much as we can.
throw some lipstick on it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But I think that's actually why I really want to know what you feel like your keys are to success.
My keys to success.
Because when we've talked, they don't have nothing to do with the actual job. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to do with construct, in my opinion. But you know what? I don't want to speak for you. If I were to say I need like 3 or 5 keys to success, because I would guess some.
Okay.
But you tell me what they are.
Okay. And I mean, you know, just hearing you say that, like, I would say you would be correct in what you would probably guess because success isn't niche based.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one of those things that's a general thing.
Yeah.
Like people make it harder than what it really is. People make success harder than what it really is. Really have integrity in whatever you're doing because you're going to most likely be servicing a human being, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be solving a problem most times. And money, you know, different things of like assets, those things exchange when problems are solved. As a guy that lives by that, his name's Coach Burke. I had worked with him in his flow. You know, he's one of those influencers and he sells like the coaching, the business coaching and help to go in and do business development. So that's one thing that, you know, I would see that really like made a lot of sense. But other than that, like my key is outside of everything, man, just the higher power and just asking for that guidance. And it's like faith of a mustard seed really can move mountains, you know, like for real. Like, and I think it's the journey that you have to be like all in on. It's like an all in thing, you know, you really can't like, you have to burn all ships. I'm not saying quit your job or nothing like that today and just jump off the cliff. But hey,
because that's what it sounds like.
But hey, you better be ready to jump off the cliff when it shifts. You better be ready to just parachute. Like it's going to shift and it's going to feel like you jumping off the cliff, whether you do it now or not, because you have to commit. To be consistent, you have to commit. And it has to be like a diehard commit because it's like this has to happen. There's no plan B. See, I think a lot of times people like either like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or they never do it because they're considering plan B, plan C, plan D, plan Z.
Absolutely.
That's too many options.
I love all of those.
Yeah, but you have to give yourself least options. When you want to make change, you got to keep it real simple. Now, that doesn't mean you can't do and master 5 different things, but master them one at a time. And me, I accept that there's going to be a learning curve to everything.
Okay.
I could get in any industry tomorrow. I know there's going to be a learning curve. Even if I'm already like naturally
Inclined,
hip
yeah.
and inclined to it, I'm still going to respect a learning curve to that because there's vernacular I don't know. There's numbers that I don't know. What's the art of making a deal in this lane?
Yeah. I actually want to back up because you said something I've been thinking about this year. Accepting it, because a lot of times we'll go into situations knowing that it's going to be difficult. But you have this resistance that no, like if I learn enough, if I prepare enough, it's not. But if you actually accept
it's going to be a
that
challenge.
it's going to be painful, then when you get to the back painful part, it's actually less abrupt because you're like, okay, here we are.
Absolutely.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
Yes.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yep.
Like I'm in a situation where I have a leader and I knew there was going to be friction. And then I got to the point where I told her, I'm just going to accept that this is going to be painful. And it's because it's something that I actually needed to grow. And so I just need you to bear with me as we get to know each other.
Beautiful.
And learn to work together.
Beautiful.
Because I know this is going to be hard for me. She said,
it's not going to be hard. It's going to be challenging.
Okay.
Nothing's hard.
What?
Yeah, it's certain words that you got to stop telling yourself too. It's really because every word has a certain frequency and a weight to it. So when you like say words like a word hard, people like say it with so much endearment and just so much expression to where it's like they sit in the belly of how hard it is. And then that just makes it even harder in perspective because everything's about perspective. Some can be super quote unquote hard, but I'm like, you know what? We're going to break this down and we're going to do it piece by piece by piece and we're going to let it roll.
So we're going to get to your other keys, but remember I was telling you I was reading this book, The Meaning of Water, like the message in water?
Yeah.
Did you look into it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let me give you a brief.
But I love the flow of water.
Okay, so it's talking about exactly what you're saying. The scientist did an experiment where he took water and he was looking at the expression of snowflakes. Okay.
Wow.
If you look at the front of the book, they're just like snowflakes. He took a water bottle and he put on the water bottle 2 of them. One of them was like abrasive words. It was just written. It was just written on the...
Wow.
Yeah. Then the other bottle was like grace and like faith. And he was looking at the pattern of the snowflake. And the abrasive word water bottle, the snowflakes looked very sharp. They were pointed. It was almost like the vibration of listening to rock, like metal, right? And then the snowflakes that formed from the one that was like grace and faith and love, they were like smooth patterns.
Wow.
There's no vibration. Yeah. It was just written on the bottle.
But that's a vibration.
Yeah.
That's a vibration and everything carries a certain energy. So, yeah, man, especially with, I guess people say success.
Yeah.
Like it carries a certain energy, and there's a certain thought process that you have to carry and a temperament. There's a temperament and a perspective that you have to have with success. A lot of people let that temperament turn into ego and they lose their way.
Yeah.
But when you want to be successful, you have to, say, hey, I'm going to be a good steward of whatever I receive. You know what I mean? And my client, that you want to be a good steward of your client. You want to be a good steward of the business. You want to be a good communicator. It's a gumbo. Success is very simple, but it's a gumbo pot of just all the great things that are going to challenge you.
Okay, so you said integrity. That was number 1. And then you said, what was the second?
Let's see.
Accepting change.
And accept the change. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Be willing to accept that there's going to be change.
There's
going to be challenge. There's going to be, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Like just accept it and look at it as like a game. Because guess what? You start to learn and course with this. Once you get over this one, your confidence is going to boost up. Your capability, your understanding is going to boost up, right? And once your understanding boosts, your capability boosts, then your confidence boosts, right? So then you automatically start believing more of what you're speaking into existence.
Mm.
See, before I had one client, I was still saying, I know the best clients are coming to me. And right now, I know a client is on the way to me that I can handle. And when I get that client, I'm going to handle it like it is my best one ever. Those are the things that I was saying, like in the struggle, for real, for real. Like, you just got to like break through the threshold, like the matrix. You got to use your words. If everything is a frequency and an energy and you really want to like experience that, like boomerang it out, like really say it, but say it with belief until you believe it. Like, you have to be a little bit of delusional. So I would say that is another key. You got to be like a healthy state of delusion to like be tunnel vision. But it's not even delusion because it's real. What you say is going to become in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. It's funny that you use the word delusional. I have a friend, and someone introduced me to the book, The Secret. I know that it's a movie, but I read the book. And I have a friend, and I was like, I really think you should read this. We just need to change our language, da, 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 da. She said, this is delusional. And I was like, what? Even that word seems so deflating. It feels like optimism. It feels like faith and hope.
I like that you say that.
You know?
So I would say past delusion, you really have to have like blind faith. You got to have blind faith in yourself, in the process. And then that it's going to work out for you. And sometimes if what you think and are so gung-ho about working out doesn't work out, keep your peripherals and keep your eyes open for like that's connecting you to, because something is going to come from that. Like, energy doesn't die. It can either be transferred. It can't be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred, and we experience that. And, so from that, it's like, okay, like, let me really apply these things. I look at success on the energy plane, because it's like, that's what you put the energy out there, and then you get an opportunity, and then you put the energy into that opportunity, and it's on a 3-dimensional plane where somebody can see it, feel it, experience it. And then it's like, oh man, this is really real. It's like, from the idea, a lot of people can market and sell you on something, and then you experience, and it's like, damn, it wasn't even like, you'll excuse some people of some, certain levels, like, all right, this wasn't your best day, but like, damn, not even close.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of that in the market. It's a lot of, damn, not even close. I remember one of my first full remodel clients, a guy had walked out on them with $60K. They gave him $60K.
Whoa.
And I had to come in after, me and the team.
And you had to be, did you have to be like super flexible on your pricing?
No. I was considerate of them and also just the situation, but I had to make sure I'm running a business and we do work at a premium quality. So, they were respective of that. They just wanted to get it done right at that point. So they did turn around and spend a number with me as well. However, they felt the value of more than what they put in, for sure, by, how we went about it and the end result. So shout out to them for taking a chance on us.
Yeah. So, all right. Number 1 was integrity. The second one was accepting that it's going to be challenging. And it sounds like the third one is positive, like
reinforcement of all kinds.
And then it also sounds like using that, like positive reinforcement, and injecting it directly into the business.
You have to.
And then you'll get what you receive. I think about, this is going to sound so like whimsical. Okay, just roll with me for a second.
We rolling.
I'm a reader. And there's my favorite book of all time right now, so far, is Like Water for Chocolate. Have you ever read that book?
I haven't.
It is, put your people on. The film is in Spanish.
Oh, Like Water for Chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
It's originally written in Spanish.
Oh, dope.
And the reason I like it is because the main character cooks. Everything that she feels, it gets in her food. And the people that eat the food take on those emotions. So there's one part of the book where she's like cooking and she's like super into it and aroused, right?
Yeah.
Because she's thinking about her lover.
Mm.
And the people are sitting at the table eating this roasted duck. Like, oh my God, it's getting hot in here, y'all. What's going on?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my food.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about work too. But
it comes through.
Yeah.
It comes through.
And you can't do anything about it. If you are cooking and you don't feel it, your food's going to taste like trash. 100% of the time.
Yeah. And same with your service.
Mhm.
Same with your client's going to feel it. And in construction, you're going to see it. You know what I mean? So like all my guys, we all on the same page, and I'm just so grateful for them. And, you know, I have a conversation with each and every last one of them in the beginning. And if they, you know, they vibe with that, we go do our thing together, you know. But if not, then I don't even take a risk because, you know, you're not going to understand where we coming from when we stepping in onto the game field and how we play, how we approach the game, how we approach our clients, how we approach our work, how we call finish on our work, how we say it's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a big thing for me in the beginning when I'm vetting anybody that's willing and wanting to be on the team. You know?
Oh, so, okay, one more.
Sure.
Is that going to be your last key? What is your last key? It's got to
key.
count, man.
The last one, all right. The
Like,
last
this
one,
is for
we
all the
just
marbles.
Done roll, so this for all the marbles.
Mm-hmm. What is something that you just believe inherently?
So what was the fourth one? We said positive reinforcement. I didn't really like that one.
Okay.
I didn't really
we
like that
gotta use
one.
that. This is your world. I'm just living in it.
Nah. But it is that in the same sense of like you do have to like it's a everyday thing of like working it with yourself and like the vision and keeping your mental. Even when you get hit, you get sidelined by something, it's like you do have to positively reinforce yourself. So let's keep that there because that it's like a mental health key.
Oh.
You know, your mental health is like huge,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so you have to like make space for that.
I do see you taking care.
I try. I really do. I don't want to crash out. I see a lot of people crash out.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And it would be easy to in this industry.
Yeah. And when you're going at a high level and things are just coming, like it's exciting, but sometimes like the abundance of something can also like be like, whoa. You know, it's
Tell me more.
Because it's about managing it. You know, you get to a certain place and you're like, all right, well, dang, this is cool, but how do I stay here? Like, you know what I mean? So then it's about managing it and sustaining it at a high level, you know, but things are just blossoming faster and faster. So it's like, you have to evolve. It's either evolve or die every day.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Evolve or die. Or like things are moving too fast. Like have some sense of urgency to pour into yourself and to grow, but also have patience to let time maneuver and have, you know, its work of art on you and anything that you're doing. But I would say, yeah, the respect of time. The respect of time and just the energy that it takes to, you know.
What do you mean, the respect of time?
So with success, people want it right now. It's so desirable. Can I get it out the microwave? The meal that you made, you could have tried to put them ingredients in the same little bowl with the broth and all of that. And you could have put it on whatever time in the microwave versus, you know, what you said it took to make everything. Yeah, exactly. So that's a different type of time. So everything's more together. So you got to allow that. It's a part of the journey. And you got to be, when you commit and accept change, it's like, okay, I'm going on a journey. You know, the road may change. The curves are going to be here. You know, there may be shade here. It may not be here. I have to prep for this. I have to learn here. Some things you can't prep for. But be accepting that there's going to be challenges.
That makes my stomach hurt. So I need to be able to prep for everything, Michael.
It won't happen over here then. You know, you don't want it then. Not to say that you don't want it, but over here.
I want it now.
Yeah. So does everybody. But when you be like, you know what? I have it now. You're in a different perspective with it. So instead of saying I want it now, say I have it now. You already have it. It's just right now I'm here at this standpoint working in this part of my business, in this part of my vision, right? But it's already working.
Yeah.
The vision's already working. It's already happening. It's already happening. As soon as you start to act on the ideas and the passion, is happening.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's funny because, I launched my home consulting and interior design business back in July.
Okay.
Okay. And it was something that I was doing for free because I just enjoyed it. And people needed the service, right? They needed someone to help come in, help them visualize the space, and then help them execute.
Absolutely.
Because it's the hardest part. And did all the work, all the research, got the website made, got the social media started, film content, which is like difficult for me because I film 2 types of content. It's so easy for me to film like food content because I got it down. I've been doing it for so long now. And then I started filming like this content, realizing all of the pictures I was taking in rooms, they're garbage. Because I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on presenting for the customer.
Yeah.
So also, it's super hard to slow down and get good pictures, right? And then I launch because people are chirping at me. Oh, we need you to do, I got a bathroom I want you to do. Oh my God. I'm like sitting at the hair salon working on a project. Woman leans over. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, well, I have this business. Da, da, da. I could talk to you about my business. I got an office. Give her
and that's
my
important too to success. Be able to communicate what you do, who you are, and how you do it.
But when you turn the lights on and the open sign is out and nobody comes to the door, there are no bells. People are also really used to getting it for free, for me at least. I was like, okay, so maybe it's time to pivot. So I started slowing down. And then I started talking to my cousin. She said, no, God told you to do this. God told you to do this.
And pivot doesn't mean go a whole nother direction.
Yeah, that part. Sometimes it feels like that.
It feels like it.
Because we're in a microwave, society.
For sure.
It feels like, you can do anything. So let's drop this one.
Right.
And just go do this. And put in microwave effort for this one. Oh, that didn't work. Well, let me go try this. And we never get good at anything.
You see? And that's why I never wanted to get out of trees when I started in construction.
Oh, really?
I was like, I want to master this. This is nice. I'm learning about this. I'm learning how to look at a tree and understand where it's placed at to, the severity of us cutting this and, the complexity, et cetera, versus the easy of another. But, I didn't want to get into anything. I was like, I want to perfect this. I want to learn this and I'll go find us bigger contracts with this. But, it kept evolving and then it turned into bathrooms, it turned into floors, it turned into this, it turned into that. And then each thing, though, I sat with every trade, put them 10,000 hours in. The respective time is so like multifaceted of a statement. Put the time in. Don't expect it to happen like right now. But guess what? It can happen right now. Be ready, though, when it does, too. Because sometimes once you set things up in an order, you set yourself up for success to come fast. People want success to come fast, but they don't even set up for it. So when it does come, it train wrecks them. It sounded good in theory and in thought and all in the moment.
But you don't have the infrastructure.
But are you ready for this? For real? Like, you ready to go service these clients and receive these transactions and set up crews? And you ready?
No.
You know what I mean?
No, like you are 100% correct. Because when I sat back and thought about what I was doing for these people end to end, like from the consultation to the renderings, to helping them get contractors, to holding the contractors accountable, then closing out the project, getting the textiles, right? I was like, I can't do this for a lot of people. I have a full-time job. I don't even have the pricing structure right yet. What we gonna do, girl?
It's all about baby stepping. See, people don't like the process of baby stepping and crawling. They're like, nah, I want to run. I want to fly. Well, when you baby step, like, you really get the nitty gritty of every caveat of the business that you're doing so that the next time you do it, you're doing it better and better every time and not learning the same lessons in a different way over and over and over because you keep trying to like skip to the end as quick as possible. Well, you messing up the quality and you messing up the learning curve experience. Shortening. You shorten the learning curve by just going and doing the work of the learning curve. Learn the lessons now. Time gonna pass by anyways.
Gross.
Time gonna pass by anyway. So what? Okay, you gonna let all this time go by and you gonna cheat yourself on the learning curve. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. So get it all in right now. Get them 10,000 hours in under your belt soon as possible. It's inevitable. If you want to be great at something, which if you want to do something to me, why you don't want to go try to be world class or great at it? Like, so you got to put the 10,000 plus hours in. So I said with every trade, once I started getting into everything, I said with everything. I'm talking about demo and stuff. I was on my head, I was nervous, but I knew how to vet the right people. You know what I mean? I could tell like if somebody was really about what they was about because I was really about anything I was doing.
So what were you looking for? Like, what were some indicators that they were or were not up to snuff, you know?
Yeah. So, you know, with Raymundo being like my first guy and he being just so just bossed up in the game, I measured a lot of the guys to his aura.
Okay.
And the way we spoke with each other.
Do you mean he was the barometer or he was the standard?
I pretty much made him like my standard. Like,
okay.
If you didn't make me feel like you was really Mayhor, like the best, El Mayhor at what you do, you know, I wasn't sold on like really taking a chance with it, you know, because those guys that are the best, they don't say too much. It's very simple answers and straightforward when you're dealing with the Spanish community, which is when I say those guys, those are mainly the guys that I, you know, design and do my work with in construction. So shout out to them, man. For real. Shout out
y'all,
to my
he
Latino.
loves you.
I love
I know
y'all,
so
man.
much about you guys.
Me and more, man. I
love it. Y'all are family.
For sure.
I've been asking everybody this question because it's been really like working on me.
Okay.
If you could build the perfect day, okay? Build the perfect day from when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep. Money isn't a problem. Like you could do whatever you want in that day. Caveat is you have to do that day every day for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
What does that day consist of?
That's very interesting. Okay. My day consists of
from when you open your eyes.
From when I open my eyes. I would like to open my eyes a little bit before the sun rises.
Okay.
And as the sun is rising, I would like to be, you know, on the balcony or somewhere in a comfortable space to where I could receive direct sunlight at its highest in the morning, that early little space, right? Boom. Then I'll probably go from there. And, you know, I'm real big on mental health and like going ahead and like prepping myself for just everything the world's going to throw at you in a day, right? Regardless of how well we prep it. So, you know, I'll probably get like a massage from there, workout, you know, just some grounding, just, you know, all that good stuff, you know, make some love if it's in there, you know, stuff like that, right? Boom. Take a little nap again. Right?
Okay.
Eat good, take a little nap.
Okay.
All right. So boom, I woke up, you know, charged up. All right. Now we're gonna lay it back down, let that marinate. Like if you cooking, right? We're gonna let that marinate. Let all that energy marinate.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna get up, have me a amazing shower.
Okay.
Either in silence or some vibes, you know, music, whatever. And then, you know, we're gonna get dressed and we're gonna go attack the day. I gotta have something that I'm doing that keeps me on my toes and like curious and wondering and challenged. I have to have things that keep me like in a position where I'm like sometimes like, oh shit, like what do I do? You know? And then sometimes like, and it's always lead me God, but like I literally would find myself in some places where I'm like, oh, I don't even know like which end to start on. And when I'm there, it's just like, lead me God. Like that's a thought process that I like plugged in with myself that like, you know, would give me. So nonetheless, I have my day going. I do that for a couple hours, make sure my team, it takes a team to really have success too. You know what I mean? At a certain level. It
Yeah.
really does. So, make sure my people were good. I love that. I love to make sure anybody that's like pouring into me, I've, poured and over poured where I can, And then, family, beautiful time with family. And yeah, from there, man, it's just a vibe every day of Saturday. Every day of Saturday, every day of Sunday, every day of
So
Friday.
what time you ending the day? Because it
What time
sounds
am
like
I
it
ending
doesn't
the day?
end.
So the day would probably end. All right, so the evening routine, let's get into that. We done had a great day.
Yeah.
We're coming into the evening,
I'm assuming like the curious job that you have is the one that you have today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would still be doing what I'm doing. So I would be doing construction. I would be designing, remodeling, and also, going to studios, working with other artists.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that.
You dabble in music.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Different genres and, write. And, I like helping others write their music and deliver their approaches to their verses and etc. So I enjoy that. I enjoy working in the mix of producers and musicians and singers, all of that, right? So my days would be split up in between being constructive and creative in that realm.
Yeah.
And then in a musical realm.
Yeah. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. I'm very similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How would your day be?
Wait.
Oh, okay. We still need to know how mine's gonna end.
Yeah, we need to know how it ends.
Like, I'm not a person that be like, oh, I need to sleep 8 hours. I need to sleep 6 hours. Like, or
how
10
many hours you be getting?
4 to 6.
That's a male thing. I'm convinced.
But also too is like what I'm doing keeps me so like
energized.
Okay.
Like
even the mornings where I'm like, man, I want to sleep in 30 more minutes. It's like, nah, let's just get this little bit over and then I can coast the rest of the day for the most part. So it's like, do the tough part first. Like that comes with like accepting the challenge. Like do the tough part first. It's more than just accepting it. It becomes like a lifestyle. You have to you might have to grunt your way through it, but go through the gauntlet of it and you'll come out a more furbished and polished version of yourself through this process. And I mean, it doesn't even have to take days. Do it for 7 days. Do it for 3 days.
Yeah.
But I would end up ending the night probably about 11 or so. If not, I didn't fall asleep from before, between 9 and 11, I would probably end. But then I'll probably be right back up at 3.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
3,
let's back
4,
up. Let's back up, friends.
It's crazy. And then I'll go to the gym while everybody sleep. And, it's just serene for me. I'll go do boxing workouts. I'll go swim at the gym. And it's just serene because everybody sleep. The vibes are still. And I can just go on some inner warrior, super assassin type of mode,
Okay. I have seen that. I have seen you do that. So the follow-up question, and then I'll answer. My answer has been evolving based on everybody else's answer because it's making me think. What about that perfect day aren't you doing today? Or are you already living your perfect life? If there's something missing from your perfect day, what is it?
Right now it's balance and having more time to do the creative flow.
Okay.
I've been coursing it back in and it's always knocking on and right there.
Yeah.
But I've just been so locked into making sure I had the anchors set in our construction business.
Yeah.
So that anything I did try to flow from, I still wasn't missing anything, because when I think about music and stuff, I didn't want to look at that as far as I want to do this. I got to make money to do it. And the money will come. Money comes when you tell yourself you don't need to make it. Even when you need to make it. I had nothing. And I still was I need to give a good product. I need to give a great service. If I do that, if I focus on that, the money will come.
Yeah.
That's what money follows. Money follows great service and product in relationships.
Maybe I'm terrible at this then. Because where the money at?
You feel me? In the relationships, in the service, and in the execution. That's where the money is. It's in the boring stuff. Baby stepping. I would say that was another key. Always baby step.
Yeah, no, I picked that up if I were to double back and like recount, the first thing that you said was actually that you follow God.
For sure.
You said that first.
For sure.
Then you said having integrity. And then you said accepting challenge and having like a positive outlook and receiving that.
And not even like some like, loopy positive outlook. It's like,
I think we just like overuse the words.
Yeah.
So they lose their
vigor and their relevance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there really is a significance to the simplicity of,
because something as simple as relationships. My friends, we talk about relationships often. It'll grind you down to the point where all you have is negative things to say about men, specifically Black men. And I refuse.
How you feel about Black men? In one word.
Disappointed.
Yeah? Why so?
I've been let down a lot. I've been let down quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm optimistic still. Like, I'm definitely disappointed. Someone asked me, do you forgive your ex? Absolutely. I know that he could be a good husband one day. I'm really disappointed though, because you have the capacity. Like, all of you have the capacity. You choose who you're going to put the work in for. You choose to go with the virtues of the world instead of like what your spirit wants, which is one person. And one, because like that's what we were built to, like this is what we were built for. And so when I think about like the experiences I've been having lately, people aren't emotionally available. They're not willing to ask you any questions about yourself. It's so,
the dating pool real.
Ugh. I don't even have a word. I just have an exclamation.
Yeah. And, dating in a city like Atlanta is tough.
Yes.
It's tough because it's an entertainment charged city. It's a outwardly leading.
It's very
focus.
Performative.
Yeah, very performative,
Everybody wants to be perceived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the quote unquote quiet ones. They're not really so quiet. They play in a volume role in a cultural setting, in a social setting.
Yeah.
They might not say nothing, but they want the same. It's the values in dating right now are just so low that,
Yeah.
I feel like we all can do better.
We can.
And I'm proud of Black women. I will say that. Like,
that means like, so am I the bad guy?
No,
because I said I was disappointed.
No. You're not the bad guy. We're not even gonna make it a bad. That's an honest perspective, and those are to your experience, right? That's to your experience, and that's an honest response to your experience. So for you to be disappointed, but it was an overstatement, though, dog, in a way. But
tell me more.
Because you can say you were disappointed in your experiences.
Okay, so you're saying I made a generalization.
Yeah, you made a big generalization.
That's true.
Because I salute Black men, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially the ones that are, listen, I understand if a man not ready for a relationship, he not ready for that, and he can try with you and you can try to be patient with him. It's going to be, are you that one for him? Do you strike those bells and whistles for him? And is it time for him to commit to that? Because you can strike all those bells and whistles for him, but if he hasn't grown through all the different little caveats in order to lead that relationship, he ain't gonna do it. He just gonna get by with enough of what he can manage. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can bite off more than you can chew.
So I don't know how we got here, but we're here now.
We're here now.
I think that's not fair.
Okay.
Because I didn't pursue you.
True.
I'm out here in the wild, cutting down trees myself, fending for myself. And you entered my space most times unprepared. You don't have any of the equipment, no tools. You don't know how to patch a wall. I know how to change flush valve in the toilet.
You hard.
Then you tell me after you've entered my space, yeah, I really don't have the capacity, or I got all this stuff going on. That's on you because I didn't ask you to come over here.
But you let him in. So it's also on you too that you
Okay.
didn't vet this individual well enough for you to receive what you received on that end of him. Because yeah, he went with the flow that you allowed. A man gonna flow with what a woman allow.
You know
Unless he
what?
really is like being forthcoming and super intentional about, hey, this is what I see with you, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he gonna flow with what the woman, he gonna.
You are 100% right. Okay. I think my heroic flaw was that I was born in the South.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a part of my DNA to
Hospital.
be, yeah, man,
Yeah.
is to be hospitable,
Yeah.
to be compliant, to be like subservient. It's just a part of who I am.
And never lose it. And don't let any of your dating experiences water that down
It's
for
too
you.
late.
See?
It's too
Turned you from a sweet little baby to Corella DeVille. We got too many Corella DeVilles, man.
Listen. I am tired. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result,
she tired, y'all.
None of the doors are open. No, you can't eat here. You can't have no food.
Storm doors up, everything.
You saw that?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Everything.
I had to put those up.
Nah, they nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Your heart is guarded.
Yeah, for sure.
It should be though. And you shouldn't interact in even a courting situation without, always guard your heart and your mind. Always. And when it comes to business and success, that's the biggest thing. Like, you have to guard your heart and your mind and keep yourself honest, because you might start, letting your ego get the best of you. You might be on a hot run and your ego can get the best of you. Like, I was conscious of that. So I stayed in front. I stay in front of it, but it's like, and you get people, man, you pop. You gotta stay in front of yourself as much as you can. But like in dating, it's kind of tough because it's like a lot of people, we get so emotionally charged with someone, and it's like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Back to the Disney movie. And
that's
it's like you gotta have a real consultation with a person.
Yeah, I mean,
that's where I'm at.
I think I need to, I don't know. Tell me how to do it, Sensei. Because
you've already experienced everything you pretty much have not wanted to.
Yes, 100%.
Now, when you have a conversation with this guy, you don't need to phrase it like an interview, and neither does he. It needs to be more so like, hey, what's something that, you working on? What's something that I might be able to.
You know what? That is something I have been having the conversation about, because I want to be with someone that is got like the ambitious bone, because I found that if you don't, then I kind of get
bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's me. Mm-hmm. And you got to learn that about yourself. Yeah. So really write out those characteristics. Not even that, I want them to be 9 feet tall and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's like, I want somebody that I know is going to be, of course, past the attraction and all of that. You want them to be ambitious. You want them to be, like open-minded and like creative and like, all those good things, right? Hospitable and, make you feel protected and loved and all of that.
Yeah.
Right? But you got to know that. Or you're just going to be like,
maybe I can deal with this.
I can deal with that. I might can. And it's like, for after the honeymoon phase,
yeah,
and you done sacrificed all that or whatever you experienced in that phase, it's like womp womp womp.
Yeah,
and it's like you could have avoided that.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother about this, like what are his core values in relationships, right? And then I was talking to him about my experience, and he was like, "You probably want to add intellect into one of your core values, because you don't really have a high tolerance for people that aren't able to hold a conversation."
No, that's a fact. You got to know that.
Yeah. And it was something that I didn't realize. It was actually why my relationship lasted so long, because we were very intellectually connected. and could talk for hours about
anything.
Yeah. And it never was boring.
Right.
But I think the reason I feel disappointed is because I'm not finding men of that caliber. I don't know if the pool is just the wrong pool, but no one is willing to go deep.
Very few.
Yeah.
Very few.
Like the waters are so shallow. They actually
the waters
can't
are
swim.
very shallow. You know, everybody want the microwave.
Yeah.
In everything.
Yeah.
In success, in relationship, and you know, there's no value. Even the aspect of sex, right? I feel like it has a low value on it. You know,
what do you mean?
I feel like it's seen as more of like an activity than like a real energy exchange.
Oh,
which
like
is
it
what
really.
it is.
Oh, okay.
Like the essence of it. You know what I mean? Like there's an energy, there's a power that can come from about two individuals, like really exchanging, you know, high level energy in that space, because it's coming from your, you know, your sacral chakras, which is like your most creative places. So it's like that energy can compound to amazing things in this world. You can manifest a lot with the right, you know, mindset and intention and, you know, approach to that. But I feel like it's really like, let me just release.
Yeah,
you know,
it is very transactional.
Yeah, and there's nothing that comes with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing that leads. It's like, well, all right, that was that. But it's not like something that like, man, like that really flowed with me.
Yeah.
That energy really, like I turned that into something else. I converted that into this. And
yeah. You have a point. But I am not, what's the word? I still have hope.
You should.
Yeah, I still have hope. Because my thing is every relationship that I've been has only gotten better. The person has gotten closer and closer to like who I think I should be with. Because each relationship has shown me, okay, this characteristic, this is why this lasted so long.
I had to learn the same.
Yeah. Tell me more.
You know, different relations, you'll be like, dang, I really like all of that. And that, like, that's what, like how you were saying your perfect day. You can't have, nobody's going to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're going to have to deal with something with your person. Are you willing to deal with that?
Yeah.
And work with this person in other ways and, you know, make compromises and things like that. But as far as, hold on, what was the initial? You said, tell me more.
Tell me more about your dating experiences and how you like got
so
the little pieces of the person that you want.
Yeah, so you know, me even interacting and communicating with her, being honest in certain ways, I'd be like, oh, okay, I learned this. Oh, okay, her response to that was like this. And, you know, even in other ways of like, oh, a woman, she's going through this. Some things are inevitable. You all are just a girl.
First of all,
she's just a girl.
We are women.
Okay, she's just a woman. She's just a girl.
She's not
she's just a lady.
She is a woman.
She is a woman. She's a woman. There we go. She's a woman, right? And with that, you all are gonna have woman responses to things. And as a man, you have to give space for that. You can't like just get so like frustrated and, you know, get all in a bunch about it because it's like she's a woman. She's energetically and emotionally charged. No matter how logical and intellectual she is, when it comes to it, she's going to run off of what she's naturally charged at.
Yeah.
You know?
And we can't control it.
They can't. They can't. I'm here to tell you, fellas, they can't control it.
Listen.
They can't. So let it flow for a second. Don't let her, you know, tsunami you. You can. And you have the right to tell her to woosah and chill out.
You can't call the police.
Come on. If you need to call the police, you should have been left. But listen. You know, so.
No, but it's very 2 weeks ago, I was just having this overwhelming grieving feeling. And I was driving home and I saw this huge full moon. I was like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to grieve.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home. I'm going to just say I drank some wine.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just like had to write for like 2 or 3 hours and get whatever it was. Because I was grieving my last relationship, even though it ended a year ago.
Still,
And
there's
I
no
was,
time on grieving.
yeah, but it also came out of nowhere.
Well, you never really addressed it in that level, maybe.
I guess not. I guess not.
But at the same time, maybe you did. And it's also still a work in progress with grieving, because it has to take its course, you know?
Yeah.
And I've grieved through some things like in relationships, and it has to take its course. But you can't while people are grieving, they stop achieving. They stop doing other things. They start leaving the best things of them because they're grieving. And that's the end all be all excuse to not doing whatever, and I don't feel that way.
I think it's easier for you to keep going as a male.
I can understand that, but sometimes I don't, in the right situation, I don't believe that because like we feel it too. Like we feel it too. And if you want to be at a high level, you have to be in tune with your emotions,
Yeah.
Like just because a woman is, naturally first charged off of emotions, we're very much charged off of it too. And once you learn to, move with your emotions and how to not let them move you as a man, you really do. When you do get hit, you feel it and you got to breathe through it. It's not that it's easier. The world is in y'all's palm, not ours. We have to like create a hand and then create whatever we want to create and manage that. Like y'all got the world in y'all hands for real.
But it feels like, I don't know how to explain it. You know what? Something I noticed that I have been doing because I've just been on this enlightenment journey this year.
Okay.
I told myself 33 is going to be my Jesus year. I just don't want to die at the end.
33 would be amazing for you.
It has been amazing. I'm about to hit 34.
Come on.
But I've found that whenever I get into relationships, I completely lose all focus on the things that I was running after.
And that's what can't happen. That's what can't happen.
It's like immediate.
Yeah, that's when all right, hold on. I'm overly invested.
But aren't I supposed to be? I mean,
not to the degree of underinvesting in yourself, right? And like me as a man, I wouldn't want my woman to drastically cut her lifestyle before she met me if that was healthy for her. And that's a part of her. Because that's part of like why I love her. That's part of why I love you. So that would be like something that I would want to learn more about. That strikes my curiosity. Like, no, keep your originality. Keep your...
It's so hard.
It is.
Because...
But it's an intentional thing. But I'm telling you, once you be intentional and you said that, it's like, hey, then this is things you can do in your next relationship. It's like, hey, what do you do strong? Like, what do you enjoy doing? Like, just like, all right, I want to make sure you keep that because that's what helps your partner stay, up in a sense. So I don't think it's good to like just drop what you were pursuing.
In theory, we would like to hold on to all of the things.
No, you can't hold on to all.
But in practice, it's like a switch that goes off.
Okay.
You get in a relationship, or at least I'm just going to speak for myself. All I want to do is help you. Like whatever it is, because I am a problem solver. And if you have a passion that I believe in, that I can get behind, then I'm willing to like, I'll put this down. And then I'll come help. But
now, that's beautiful. That's part of being a woman and a master helpmate.
Yeah, but what happens is you have to have discernment with the men, though. Like, is this person worth the investment? Because everyone isn't.
No.
But everyone gets the opportunity for some reason with me. Like,
Well, that's just because how your heart is set up. But like I said, you have to vet. You have to make people like, really like meet you at that frequency to where it's like, you might want to do something. but they might not be able to receive that or even at a place to receive it. So it's like you casting your pearls to the swine.
Oof.
So like,
Oof.
why would you want to keep doing that? Because it's like, okay, yeah, you got all these beautiful gems about you.
You better preach.
So
that's real. I'm gonna be honest. I was talking to this guy and he has 2 sons, but he was really busy. And I was like, in order to help him, I'm gonna prep some food because I know he's got the boys. And then that'll like free up some time. The kids will have good food. But it wasn't reciprocated when I did it. And I was like, I don't want to hold back just like the generosity that I have. But when you cast your pearls to swine, then you kind of get bitter and resentful because I know that I'm supposed to give and not receive, right? Just like,
no.
Well, I don't want to always be ready to. I mean, I want it to be reciprocated.
Yeah.
But I don't always want to. If I give someone
you don't
money,
want to expect to, oh yeah, you owe me this. Like, you're not looking for a straight out, flat out swap exchange. I get that. That's not what I'm not saying. What I'm saying is when you give, yes, you giving freely and just purely and genuinely out of the kindness and love of your heart, right?
Yeah.
And especially if it's something that you're giving to consistently, right? There needs to be like an idea and a desire for reciprocity. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, for what? Like, you just got so much energy, free energy just to give to somebody that like is supposed to be like your partner. And what?
Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't my partner. I will say I did that a little prematurely. But it's just because I had the time and I enjoy cooking. But then he just stopped talking to me and I was like, man, that kind of hurt. And then he came back like a month later and I was just like, no, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's good that you didn't like say, all right, well okay, we'll try it. Like,
that is my natural response.
Okay, but look, even if you do that, which is a lot of people will do, remember what like kind of broke your heart the first time around, right? And it's like, okay, I'm gonna forgive you and we might try this again. However, hey, look, move accordingly. And I'm not saying that sucks to say in a relationship, but early on you have to move accordingly and freely at the same time, because you don't want to like do a numbered version of yourself and it's like robotic. You want to just be authentic, right?
Yeah.
But you also too, you want to be poured into.
Yeah.
So like if you're just doing all of this pouring and it's like, okay, you got so much juice that you're not feeling empty even after you do all that pouring, but it's like, okay, how often does this person pour into me? Or like, does this person even take initiative to pour into me?
Yeah.
Like, ask yourself those questions and don't lie to yourself. People lie to themselves about their partner just to have somebody for a period of time.
100%.
But for what?
Because it feels good.
Ugh.
Duh.
I don't want to feel like that.
I know it's temporary.
Yeah.
But it's just like sometimes you need your back. I know it's just
for today.
Yeah, sometimes you need your back scratched.
I think you love me. I think she love me.
Today.
She love me right now.
Yeah.
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 Tomorrow.
I mean, one thing that I'm learning about relationships is how much I do see potential in people. I'm a visionary.
Me too.
I can cast the vision and it's so clear.
Me too.
Yeah. But the other thing that I'm learning is one, I say this often, God doesn't play about me.
Yeah, right.
And he's very clear with me. I don't usually have to guess. He tells me exactly what I need to hear. And then he says, what are you going to do next? And I usually say, what I've been doing. But now I'm at the point where I am trying to take people for face value.
You have to.
But I haven't been. I'm going to be honest, I haven't been.
Yeah.
Like the long-term relationship, the guy told me up front, he told me very early on that he was never satisfied. Yeah. I always think about that. And I know that was Holy Spirit saying, pay attention. And then it showed up and I never had to look for it. It always came to me.
Always will.
Yeah. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, fine. You don't have to tell me twice no more.
You feel me?
Yeah. I'm done with that. I'm wasting a lot of time. I got it. Next. I got it.
Next caller.
Yeah, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have the time to. I'm in a phase where I've been getting feedback from my friends like, oh yeah, you're not talking to him no more? No. It's so liberating to just obey.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. You save yourself a lot of distress, heartbreak. For what?
Yeah.
You know, like, if a person not for you, they not for you. No matter how much you want a person in that phase of where you are in life, or the optimism or the, you know, the hopefulness that you had and the potential that this person has, like, fuck potential. Like, that was the thing with me. I remember being like, man, I got all this. People used to be like, oh, you got so much potential. I used to hate hearing that shit. Oh, you got so much potential to da 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 da. What does that mean? Like, I don't want potential to do it if it's not being done. So I used to just, you know, myself like, man, like.
But you know, God will send people to show you.
Every time.
You know?
Every time.
To cast the vision too for you.
Yeah. And to like say certain things to you to like open up parts of the vision and then your perspective that you like, what? And that's, you know, literally God moves in the most mysterious ways, and the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains have been like the theme of my life for a while now. And I just love it. And there's always uncertainty. There's always uncertainty, but it's certainty in the uncertainty. Because I already know, like, God, all right, we good. And I say that in a way like, man, it just has shown itself. Like,
you know.
And not to even make it so much about like a God thing. It is, but it's also, you know, a you thing as well, of like having that perspective of like, nah, it's going to be straight. Like, we're going to figure it out. We're problem solvers. So that alone, like, okay, I know a solution can be had. That's having the faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
Even when there's like so much doubt. Okay, I might not know the solution now. I might not know how. I might not know when, why, where, who, but I know there's something that can be.
Yeah.
And then you let time take its way. Then you let God move in a mysterious way. And then boom, it hits you. And it's just like, once you like learn, like, dang, that's the flow of this. Then it becomes like, oh, it's not as mystical as it may seem. Maybe it's a real thing, and maybe this is just the flow of it, and I've been conditioned to a whole nother flow that's been man-made that I can't even process and correlate with the natural flow of things.
Even how we come to find partners has been manufactured by Disney, at least especially for women.
Oh my goodness!
And listen, I love Disney World.
I got the little heel right now. Is this your foot?
No,
that's not your foot. Next house.
What?
What's the guy Snow White? They was looking Prince Charming. I
don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about?
Like where he had the shoe.
That was Cinderella. See, you don't even know the story.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to know him too much. I don't want that conditioning.
But you're right.
Natural.
You're right.
But still.
But like we assume that we're gonna meet people in this like magical way.
Mystical, magical, fancy.
It's beautiful. That's why I love books and I love to write, because your imagination is amazing. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Disney's got that shit on lock.
On lock.
But when I think about my life and the path that I've been on, a couple of things have just been true. God is very serious about me. And I don't really know why yet, but it's important. I know that it is important. And it's so important that he will literally pick something up and move it out of my life without my
want, desire. You might still have unfinished business with it, and it's like no, like you'll be all right. You'll get it later.
Yeah,
but no, this is, and you're like, but and then you hurting by it and all of that. You still coursing through your days with it. You human.
And so I've gotten to the point where I just say, I'm going to need 2 weeks, God. Give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks to grieve this. Like, give me a few weeks to deal with this in the way that I need to deal with it. And I'm going to be back. But that one hurt, you know? This was a loss for the team. And as a result, like, I think I was watching something.
It wasn't a loss. It was a lesson.
Okay.
A tough lesson. A heavy lesson.
Yeah.
It wasn't a loss.
Yeah.
Because when you label things as a loss, you kind of like, you label that place in time that's still going to sit with you in your subconscious. So you're going to feel like a loss makes you feel low no matter how you try. So it's really just a tough lesson. It's tough love, you know, and sometimes you're going to catch blows of tough love. You was too open. You should have, you know, guarded a little bit. You didn't have to, guarding isn't like, you know, holding back from who you are of a person, but it is like, even with somebody that you just passionately love and can love blindly, like you still have to always like guard your heart and mind. You know what I mean? To a degree, you know, I think it keeps it healthy. I think it keeps us like honest with each other.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, if I notice you become a little guarded in something, it's like, hey, something I did, something I said. Like it should strike curiosity in the other partner.
That's
to like,
fair.
You know.
Yeah.
Guards go back down a little lower.
I like that.
But that doesn't mean that just because they go lower doesn't mean that they're non-existent. Even with somebody that you're on a mission with, you know, but it keeps you honest.
Yeah, I like that. And I would add that I've had to change my posture to be okay with not knowing. Like,
please, it's the most amazing thing you can do.
It's the most humble thing you can do.
It is.
Because it gives God so much room
to free roam. Like, I mean, you just say, hey, God, do your thing. Do your thing. Let me know when it's time for me to run.
But for me, it's like, can you tell me when it's over?
Yeah.
Like, I just have had my hand. I think that's why stepping out on my own with business has been so difficult, because I'm in a space where everything is so controlled, and I feel like I'm controlling it. And then I'll step out into this terrain that I'm unfamiliar with, and I'll have no control. To take the posture of, Lord, I don't know, it's making me emotional just thinking about it, because I feel like I have created this comfortable life for myself. And to go out there and get uncomfortable, it terrifies me. Because I have been a sense of stability for myself because of my ego and for a lot of other people. Like, to step out on faith and like do this podcast, do this food, write this book, go into home building. And even though I've been in this industry for so long, like, I'm terrified because it's so different from this cushy life. But what I'm learning is, without change, there is no change.
Hello. Yeah. You know, and change doesn't have to be like so big. I heard something like when a doctor is doing surgery and they need to make like an incision or a cut, it's always like very, very small. Very, very small. It's never like some huge big cut first. They make small. So change is small. Small changes are okay. That way you can like course and really like take note of like what's happening. Because the change should yield some type of effect. There's a cause and an action, right? So learn that. That's why it's like baby step with change, because it's like when people go make big old changes, it doesn't really get them anywhere if you look at it. You know, it doesn't really do too much for real. They end up like hard crashing a lot of the time.
That's true, especially with like diets.
You know what I mean? They hard crash in a lot of things. You know, it's just like the cycle of it. So it's like, okay, something ain't right with that. So let me make smaller, progressive changes that can compound and grow into each other. So that way it's one smooth shift of, you know, just small updates and, you know, just upgrades here and there in yourself and little tweaks. And then, we flow from there, but trying to just, it's so much of an emotional response to just be like, change everything. Changing everything right now. Forever. Damn, forever? Everything? Forever, ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, this has been
Amazing.
Yeah, it has been. I guess my last question is, what do you want to leave us with? Like, what is your word of advice? I mean, you've been giving me advice for months now.
What is my word of advice?
I
would say through anything that, you're going to go for, like tap into, just the healthiest memory of who you were as a kid. And like how like just confident you were, how just like optimistic you were and just dreamy, right? And then pair that with just the strongest vision that you can have of yourself as an adult with like what you've learned and the experiences you have had, and combine those two and protect those two and move with that energy and that aloofness as a child, but with the strategy that you learn as an adult on how to do things in a certain way.
Yeah.
And you'll have fun. You got to enjoy the journey though. Like, what's the point in getting on a journey that, you really, of course, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And in those times, those are the era where you got to roll up your sleeves and just get it done.
Yeah.
You might hate it, but it's leading you to the next. But, I would say that, and, whatever you're doing, like, don't try to measure, I did this for 2 weeks and it didn't work. Like, nah, like, don't even count. Don't even look at the time. Don't even look at the scoreboard. It ain't time to look at the scoreboard. Put the work in. So I would leave with that. Put the work in. On yourself, on your business, on everything. Put the work in. Let's get it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say this because I think it resonates. A lot of people are like concerned with artificial intelligence and where it's going. And I've been listening and reading about it. And it seems like what it's actually going to do is make the mundane things go away. And it's going to give you the space and time to dream of something like outside of the box, something that can change everything. And I think we're entering a space in humanity where we're going to have the fearlessness of a child.
Yeah.
Like you said.
You have to.
Because it'll give you the freedom to imagine something.
And then you'll start to unlock. And then you'll start to pursue the things that you imagine and get inquisitive about it and research on it. And once you research on it, it becomes real and you get an understanding, the information. Then you get confident. Then you start taking action. Then you start learning and you get an experience. The best teacher is experience.
Yeah, you do preach that. Just, I don't know why. It gives me heart palpitations.
Because it's so much uncertainty with it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the uncertainty with it. It's like, that might not be so. It might be great though. Where people might come to a roadblock and be like, oh man, it might go crazy. I might be like, man, I look at that truth and like, man, it might go crazy. Be like, damn though. And you gotta keep a sense of humor with all of this. It's like, man, it could be way better than expected though. Then it's like to the universe, like, hey, show me how good it can get. Leave me. Like, come on, let's get it.
Okay.
All
right. Well, I guess we'll see how good this can get.
Let's see how good it gets.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me today, Mike. I appreciate you coming out here.
Appreciate you having me. I appreciate the meal. And I look forward to just seeing you continue to blossom as you are.
Thank you. Thank you.